Hi guys, hope you're ready for today's workout. It's going to be kind of like a guts and butts workout. It's going to be a lot of legs and abs and you'll need a set of dumbbells, and we're going to get started right away. I'm going to start standing. I'm going to assume you have a little bit of a warm up under your belt, but I will start out with some light squats and then we'll build from there. So I hope you have fun with this workout. Let's get started. So I'm going to just start out with some standing squats, just to kind of warm up a little bit more. So hopefully you do have a walk or a quick warm up under your belt here, maybe some dynamic stretching, but this is going to be all strength. The heart rate will go up because a lot of the movements are going to be compound movements, meaning you're going to have multiple muscles working at the same time, whether we're in a plank or using the dumbbells standing. Hold down and pulse. Now hold it down, hold, and we're just gonna take this leg out and in and other side. So you're gonna really just stay centered in that core, and you're in a little bit of a squat here, pressing that heel down. Now we're gonna take this one out for 3. 1, 2, 3, bring it in. Notice the feet are apart. Bring it in. Sitting back into those heels. Couple more. Last one. And come on up. We're going to do an alternating front lunge, and we're going to just kind of tap and get that core a little bit warmer by dipping forward. But this is going to be particularly for the glutes. So you're just going to go down, down. So just a little bit of a hinge forward as you come down, because we're going to be tapping in front of that foot. So when you're ready for it, and you can absolutely stay here, tap it down. So it's not a big stance. We're just warming up a little bit more, making it a little harder on the glutes and the quads. Keep that focus forward. So if you don't want to touch the ground or you're not ready to, just keep your hands above your on your hips or above the knees. So you should feel those glutes waking up, the core a little bit too. And this is where I was saying the heart rate goes up a little bit. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're gonna grab one dumbbell, and we're just gonna do a sumo squat. So your feet are gonna be out a little wider. You're gonna keep your chest up, and we're just gonna do a sumo squat. So I'm gonna grab a 10 since we're just getting started. I do have a 15, but I'm just gonna kind of start slow. So I'll move back a little bit so you can see my stance. So it's just a little wider. You have a slight toe turnout, but not too much. Now, as you get a little warmer, go a little deeper. Now we're going to stay down and pulse for 3. They're very small little pulses. Your chest is up. Abs are in tight. Again. Now we're going to go down and halfway up, and down and all the way up. Again. Breathe. You can also do this without a weight, especially if you're just getting started. Two more. Last one. Singles down and up. So you're pushing into those heels. That core is in nice and tight. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, bring it in. Really firing up those legs, shake it out. The next one is just gonna be a squat, and we are gonna add an overhead press, but you don't have to. You can hold one heavy weight or 2 lighter weights. And this is gonna be a little bit more, the feet are parallel, and it's a classic squat where you're going back and then pushing up. I'm gonna take 115 here. Again, remember the focus is on the legs. So you can always get something a little lighter if you want to. So we're gonna go down for 2 and up for 2. Just get used to the movement. Try to go a little deeper if you can here. So you can also have one weight in each hand, and you can go up with one arm at a time. When you go up, make sure the weight's not going behind the body. Chest is up. You're gonna feel your core here. You're gonna feel that heart rate. I like to do these slow so you can go a little deeper. We'll be doing a lot of different exercises for the legs and the core. Hence the name, guts and butts. Now hold the next one down and pulse, but they're slow. We don't want to add momentum, so you're going halfway up and all the way down. Keep that focus forward. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze your abs, you're almost there. That heart rate goes up, you have a heavy weight. 2 more. Last one. Come on up, put that weight down. Good job. Keep those legs moving. All right, next one, no weight at all. We're gonna tap the floor and come up with a side leg lift. So involving that inner and outer thigh a little bit. Then we'll do an alternating sumo again with weight. So you're gonna have your feet apart. You're gonna tap the floor, come up. Now if it's too much to tap, you don't have to. You can keep your hands above your knees or on your hips. So we just want to get a little bit warmer through those outer and inner thighs. Notice you're not lifting that high. You're only lifting as high as you can keep those shoulders over your hips. You don't want to lean to the side. Now, as you get a little warmer, I'm going to go with both hands. You're going to sit a little bit more into it. You can pick up the pace, but I want you to focus on your form. Form is the most important. The downward movement starts the upward movement. And make sure you're sitting back. So get nice and low, nice and low. Really sit into those heels. Again, that heart rate's gonna go up because you're working a lot of different muscles here. You're working your core, your hamstrings, outer and inner thigh. You got a little quad here. 4, 3, you should have a good little burn. 2, and 1. Good job. Come on up, shake it out. We're gonna grab that one heavy weight again. This one's gonna be an alternating sumo. So I'll show you without the weight. So you're gonna go out and out, out and out. Don't watch my first one. My first one, I kept the inside leg a little straighter, so you don't wanna do that. I'm gonna stick with my 10 here. You can go a little heavier if you like. So you're gonna be in that sumo. Here we go. Keep the chest up. Notice that slight turnout. Keep your chest up. Now, if you don't like these, you can go back and just do the sumo down and up. Pushing your heels. Chest is up. I'm glad I took that 10. So if you have a heavier weight, you can slow it down a little bit more. Outer inner thigh working. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put it down. Good job. Woo! Good work. All right. We're going to work that inner thigh. So we're going to come down. You're going to be on your elbow. Your top leg is back. Front leg is going to be out at an angle. Make sure you're on your side and not your back side. So you don't want to roll back. Your inner thigh faces the ceiling and your leg stays lifted. We're going old school here. So you want to keep your toe facing front, your knee facing front. Try to stay up on your elbow. You're also working the oblique here. Abs are tight. Make sure this foot is planted so that you don't roll back. Make sure this ear is up off your shoulder. You don't want to be here, okay? So remind yourself to stay lifted. Again, this is what keeps it compound. These muscles are working, hence the heart rate goes up a little bit more. If you start to just look sloppy, you're not going to get as much out of it. So really work smart head to toe. Hold it up and pulse for 3. And again, the pulses are not big movements, they're very minute. Are we feeling that inner thigh? Woo! Keep your abdominals tight, don't roll back. Again. I don't know if I'm on the beat. I'm trying to. Sometimes it's hard to hear the music. I like to be on the beat though, so sometimes when I hear it again, I'll get right back on it. But just keep moving. After this one, we're gonna hold the next one up, all pulses. Woo! Come on, push through that heel. Inner thigh facing the ceiling, quad and knee and toe facing front. You really gotta work hard here. Come on, get it up there. Get that leg up there. 8 more, you're done. 8. I'm feeling that burn. 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Bring it down with control. Take those legs to the side. So whenever you're finishing an exercise, you wanna make sure that you don't just plop your leg down. You want to finish really with control. So I'm just taking a little stretch here. My hips are tight, so I just want to stretch out that inner thigh a little bit. If you need to bend the knees, that's fine too. You're still going to feel that stretch. Breathe into your stretch. When you can go a little deeper, go deeper. We're going to go right to that other side while it's fresh in your mind. All right, now you know what's coming. So we're gonna be up on our side. This foot is firmly planted. This leg is out and lifted. You may have to lift up a little higher to engage all these muscles. You wanna engage the quad, engage the inner thigh, press through the heel, and we're gonna lift and lower. So remember, we start with singles, and we're gonna go to up 3, and then we will go to all pulses for the big finale. So you don't need this leg out in front. You're really just keeping it very close to this leg. I like to do it with a flexed foot. Remember, you're up on this side, so don't let your body collapse. Really stay up. How are we doing today? Watch this leg too. Don't let it just go to the side. You want to keep that knee right in front of the hip. Now, if you need a break, you can take one, rub it out, and just come right back. I want to make sure you guys can see me. And if you want to do some with the toe pointed, some with it flexed, that's fine too. Kind of breaks things up a little bit. Make sure you're feeling it and that you're not releasing that muscle. So you don't want to drop it to the floor. You want to find that sweet spot. Hold up and pulse for 3. And down. Just making sure that inner thigh is facing the ceiling. I know you're feeling that quad too. This is great to strengthen the knee. Anytime you keep those muscles strong around the knee, that just helps your knee perform better, hopefully without any discomfort. Woo! It helps a little bit if you push into this heel. Sometimes that extra balance, that extra resistance there helps with this. Now we're going to hold it up and pulse. Feel that burn. Make sure you're not doing anything weird here. So sometimes the body just goes to the path of least resistance. Just to finish, keep everything in line. If you need a break, take it and come back. A little higher. Come on. Push it up there. Little pulse. 3, 2, hold it up. Bring it down with control. Ah. So sometimes that's why at the end of an exercise, it starts to look a little sloppy. Those are the very important opportunities you have to make it not sloppy, because when things get sloppy, you might pull a muscle. You might feel something twinge in your back. You may drop your head down and feel something in your neck. So you really want to pay attention, especially in the last fatiguing moments of a workout or of a particular exercise. That's when you really have to pay attention to your form, and then make adjustments, take a break and come back, rather than have that form suffer. Nothing is gonna be good about that. So take that stretch, take it a little deeper if you can, and walk it in. Good job. All right, we're gonna come back up. Good work. All right, so we've focused a little bit more on the inner thigh. You may have to shake your legs out a little bit. That's okay. All right, so we're gonna do a little work for the core standing. We're gonna take one weight. We're gonna squat down, knee lift, twist, squat down, up. Squat, knee twist, squat, up. So you wanna make sure that knee twist is a little pause, then go down, then go up. So I'm gonna take a 10, because I'm gonna try to keep this on the beat. It's not a terribly fast beat, but you can always slow it down. So this is not only leg, it's also core. You're gonna get a little upper body when you put the weight over your head, but our primary focus is core and lower body. So good stance here, feet are a little outside the hips. I'm waiting for the beat. Here we go. Squat, knee, squat, lift. Now, as you get used to it, you can go a little deeper in your squat and maybe twist a little more and maybe lift that knee a little higher. I like to really go deep on the squat when I can. Use your core to help that weight go over your head. Remember, if you don't like it, just do the squat with the twist if you don't like coming up. But that's gonna work the legs a little more because it's like an extra squat. Make sure when you rotate from your center. So you're gonna get a little heart rate up here. Keep your abs in tight. Push into those heels. One more each side. Last one. Bring it down with control. Good job. All right. I'm gonna get a little heavier weight. We're gonna do a dumbbell swing. If you have a kettlebell, you can use a kettlebell. Your feet are gonna be wide. And the focus here is hips, glutes, and core. The upper body, you're just coming up here with your weight, so it's more of a swing, and it's more from the side, it's more of a thrust forward. So it's not a deep squat. So you can go at your own pace here, but it is a little bit quicker, but you don't want to lean back. Now I have something a little heavier here, so it's not going to be super fast for me. You have a slight bend in the elbow. Ready? Here we go. When you come up and bring that weight up to hip height, shoulder height, you're going to push into those heels and squeeze the back of the legs. So sometimes it takes a little bit to get into a rhythm here. I like to exhale right there. So it's not really a squat, it's more of a hinge. Chest is up, squeeze, come on. If you want to get something lighter or heavier, go get it. Push in your heels, push off, thrust. Feeling those glutes, feeling your hip flexors, feeling that core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put that weight down, good job. All right. Good work. All right, this one is more for the back of the leg. We're gonna be on all fours. You can also be on your elbows. All right. I'm gonna work the leg that is closest to the camera first, my right leg. So your hands are gonna be under your shoulders. Your knees are gonna be under your hips. You're in a tabletop position here, reaching long through the crown of the head. If you need to look up, go ahead, but then try to come back to this alignment. So you're gonna unpoint or point the left toe. You don't wanna flex it. You just wanna let that left foot relax. And we're gonna bring that right leg up, and we're just gonna pulse for 3, 2, 1, tap it down. Now you can do this with a bent knee too. You wanna keep your hips square like headlights here. You wanna get that leg up to hip height and really just not move a lot at the top there. They're tiny, tiny pulses. You're feeling that core here as well. Again, I think I lost the beat, so I may have another one in there. It's okay. Reach to the crown of the head. This is great for the glutes and the hamstring and the low back. Feels good. Woo! And tap. I like these because you're getting the contraction at the top, but you're also getting that range of motion. So this is a pretty hard one to start with, but we're really not going to change it. I really like these because you get that little minute pulse, and then you bring it down, but you're not releasing that muscle. We have 2 more here. Last one. Now bring that leg up, bend the knee, bring the knee to the side, and take it down and up. So you're really not putting that knee down. It just touches the other knee or comes close to it. This is great for the obliques too. Woo, keep those abs in nice and tight. These are hydrants. We did these back in the day, but they're still a really good exercise. Now, if you need to here, you can go down to your elbows. It's a little less pressure. I like to be up on my hands and knees, but go where you're comfortable. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Sit back and stretch right away into a child's pose. Come up and bring those hips down. You can look up here. You don't have to. This is a great stretch for the low back, shoulders down, lift your heart up. Come back. We're gonna go right to the other side. And if you need a little break for those wrists, there's not a lot of pressure on those wrists. So if you need to come down, you just wanna make sure those hips stay down and you're really nice and square there and your abs are in tight to protect that low back. So you really need to keep that good form. So let's come on down. And you're gonna reach to the crown of the head again. Extend, make sure you're not here. And pulse for 3. And tap it down. Sometimes, depending on your flexibility, you may go up a little too high on one side. So just breathe. If you like to be on your elbows, do that. Really spread those fingertips. That helps with stability. And almost like cup your palm so that you're not putting too much pressure on the palms. So really use those fingertips. I can feel I have to work harder to keep my hips square on this side. So I'm really trying to pay attention to that. I can feel my lower back lighting up here in a good way. My core is working. Definitely the hamstring and the glute. But you want to keep strong in the upper body. And make sure you have this foot pointed so you're not kind of pushing off there. No cheating. So your wrist should not hurt here. Use your fingertips, but again, if you want to come down to those elbows, go ahead. So remember, you have the best of both worlds here. You have the difficulty of the pulses with the difficulty of a range of motion. 2 more. Feel that leg growing longer. Now come up, bend the knee, take it to the side. You don't have to lift too high here. Make sure those abs are in nice and tight here. Inner and outer thigh working. Almost there, you're feeling those obliques a little bit. You want to be strong in that upper body. Breathe. Hands are right under the shoulders. 8 more. 8. 7. Think about that control, bringing it down, knee to knee. 4 more. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Sit back in child's pose. Ooh. Come on up, walk those hands in and lift the heart. I like to separate my knees here. Really give those abs a little stretch. And come on up, good job. All right, we're gonna stay on the mat for a little bit of ab work. So the first exercise we're gonna do is we're gonna hold one weight and do a Russian twist. Now you can do this with the feet down, but you need to lean back either way, and you're gonna take that weight side to side. Now, I want you to focus on the range of motion. I don't want you to be right here. I really want you to go as far as you can without compromising your form. You can also do this one just holding a block or a bottle of water. It doesn't have to be anything heavy. It can just be a focal point. So I like to do these with my feet up, but you can have your heels down. Same thing with the heels up, but make sure that you're not rounded here. If you're rounding just to get your feet up, it defeats the purpose of the exercise. So really press those shoulders back and down, not arched, just shoulders back and down in those imaginary back pockets, and you're good to go. So without further ado, let's get started. So you're gonna have the weight right here, legs up or down. I'm gonna let you go at your own pace here because it depends really on so many things. It depends on the weight you have, the position you're in. If you're just transitioning to feet up, you might want to go a little slower here and really find that balance. So you don't have to have your eyes follow the weight. I just prefer to. You can keep your gaze forward. It's really just a matter of preference. But you want to find that range of motion. I know when I'm going to that place where it's hard, and I feel like that's where the change happens. That's where the change happens. You need to find those moments where you challenge yourself. Still stay safe, but challenge yourself. Keep your lower abs tight. Couple more. If you have any back pain, you're going to put your feet down and take a little break and come up. Good job. Put that weight down. Nice job. Next one, we're going to roll all the way onto our backs. Take those legs straight up. Flex your feet, fingertips above the ears, and we're going to lift. Now, notice how I'm on the tips of my shoulders. My hands are really just using, I'm just using my hands to support the head. I'm going to move down a little bit. You guys keep going. Flex your feet. Put some energy into your legs. Your hips are down. Now, if you want to, you can reach for those toes. Keep your gaze right here though. You don't want to look up at those toes because that strains the neck a little bit. Put your hands behind your head again. Hold this one up. Hold it here, twist it side to side. Shoulder to knee. You're not going down anymore, you're staying up. Shoulder to knee. If you want, reach across. Make sure you're breathing. Eight more, 8. Hands above the ears, pulse it up. Notice I'm not pushing on my hands or pushing with my hands. Hold it up, twist slow. We're going to add a leg drop. Shoulder to knee. Nice strong legs. You don't have to lower the leg too much here. If that bothers your back, don't drop it as low. We're going to add a hip lift in between. Up. If you want, that's your option. You're using the lower abs to lift the hips. Eight more. You can take out the hip lift anytime. Control. Hold it center. Four more. Good job. Head down. Just take a little break here. Rest the muscles in your neck. Maybe point and flex the feet. All right. Flip over. We're going to revisit that in a little bit. Flip over onto your stomach. We're going to do a few Supermans. So this exercise works the core. So you're going to keep your abs in tight, and you're going to lift the legs and the upper body at the same time. It's It's called a Superman. You can do your right arm and your left leg, drop it down in between, left arm, right leg. I'm gonna show you a few variations. So your arms are out. You're gonna start off easier here. You're gonna reach to the crown of the head and lift. So you see how I'm tapping down? This is effective if you're still working. The next level is you're gonna lift both arms and both legs, but you are gonna take that tap down. Lift the chest, lift the leg, hips are down. Here we go, both together. So this may be enough for you. The next level, I'm not gonna tap down in between. You're gonna lift from a lifted position. Here we go. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Again, you can alternate these. Now you're gonna feel that whole lower back light up here. Woo. If you wanna make it easier, take it to goalpost arms. Again, this is what makes it compound, and it makes that heart rate go up. Feel a little bit in the glutes too. You only have 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Bring it down with control. Sit back into child's pose. Woo! Take those feet out and knees out wide. Good job. Flip it around. All right. So remember that exercise we did with the long legs? We're gonna hold it to one side for 4, then 8. So if that bothers you, just go to alternating. It's a little harder. You can do this with straighter legs, and to modify, bend the knees and don't drop the opposite leg as much. So we're gonna come up. Make sure you guys can see me. Head, neck, and shoulders up. Drop this leg and hold it for 4, 3, 2, switch. Make sure you're not pulling or pushing on the head. A few more for 4. Now for 8. 8, 7, 6. You can be right here too. Switch. You want to move from here. Switch for 8. Targeting those obliques. Switch. Again, you can do this with this foot down. Switch. So you can be right here. It's a little harder with this leg out. Switch. Make sure you're not just pushing on your head. Make sure you're moving here, rotating towards this knee. Switch. Last set. Feel it from here. 8. Let's go back to 4. I snuck that one in there. Switch. Last 2. Last one. Hug those knees in. Good job. Woo. Good. Come on up. Get back into a plank position. All right. Gonna do one of my favorite exercises. We're gonna be in a high plank, and you're gonna bring that knee to the outside of your elbow. So right up to that tricep. Don't worry about touching it. Come as close as you can. And we're gonna start out in that high plank. Hips are down. Here we go. Tap, tap. You're going to the outside. Don't rush it. One more set. hold your plank. Are we ready for 2 more sets? Start on the other side. Keep reaching out the crown of the head. Notice I'm not rocking. Really squeeze. I'm feeling those obliques like you're wringing out a towel. Squeeze it. You only have 4 more. I lied. 4 more. We'll wait for that break in the music. 2 more. Hold your plank. Bring it down. Sit into child's pose. Good job. You're going to feel those triceps too a little bit. Come forward. Lift the heart. Good work. All right. Come into a side plank. Now, I'm going to grab a weight for this one. So we're going to go for 12 to 16 reps on each side. You can be in a knee side plank. You can stagger it by having the top leg forward, or you can stack, which is the hardest. So you're going to be on your elbow. Make sure that you're not here. Remember, stay lifted. So the easier version, your hips are up, your knees are bent. You can be here with the top leg in front, or legs in a straight line with the upper body right here. And we're going to take that weight down and up. All right, so find what works for you. You're going to have that weight right in front of you. And again, you want to do these without collapsing. The palm faces you, then it faces away. This one's going to get you a little winded because you're holding, you're not moving your plank position. You're staying in your plank position. You're just moving your arm. So it's very difficult. So you can do this without a weight and just hold the side plank too. All right. Enough talk. Here we go. 1. This is a little upper body 2. That's 4. Try not to lean back. 5. 6. 7. Let's try for 1 more set. But if you need a break in between, take it. Make sure you're not slipping, that your elbow's not slipping. You're gonna feel that bottom oblique. 4 more. 3. I'm shaking, but that's how I know the work is getting done. That's where change happens. Bring it down. Woo. Shake it out. Good job. Before we go to the other side, we're gonna get in a Pilates kind of mermaid position here. You're gonna take that right leg forward, left leg back. You are going to have your hands here or here. If that's too much, light fingertips here, and we're gonna lift this leg. So you can test the waters right here, but it's not a press. You don't wanna put weight on it. It's really just a hinge to help you keep alignment. So come to your position and pulse. So you're not only working the obliques here, you're working a little bit of the leg here, particularly inner and outer thigh and glutes. Your knee and ankle are parallel. It's not a big movement. What you're working against is gravity pushing you this way. So you're trying to push your body here. We don't have too many. Just a little bonus burn for the obliques. Now, if you want to, you can hold a weight here. This is fine too, or a ball, like a little playground ball. You're feeling a good little burn, I know. 4 more. Bring it down with control. Take your hands over here, walk them out, keep your legs in position, and just feel that stretch. Walk your hands back in, and we're gonna go to the other side. So we'll start in that side plank. So this might be your better side, might be your weaker side. So figure out what's gonna work, get your weight. So this is my weaker side. So I'm gonna see how I do with my legs stacked. If I feel that's too much, I'm gonna stagger my feet or go to my knees. So if you start to collapse here, that's a signal that you need to change something to get the most out of the exercise. It may mean taking a break for a few reps. It might mean repositioning. So you're gonna make sure you stay safe. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2. Notice I'm not moving. You're just finding that stability. 6. I think that was 6, 7, and 8. I'm really feeling that burn in that bottom oblique. Keep your focal point. I think we have 4 more. 4, 3, I'm shaking now. 2, but I'm keeping that alignment. Last one, bring it down. Ooh, that's a good one. Come on up, get in that position. Ooh. So again, if you feel any discomfort in the position, remember, you're gonna take your little building block here forward. Okay, so if you have a little tightness on one knee, this might not be comfortable on one side, so just do what works. So you can hinge forward, take that little support if you need it. Come on up, lift this leg, and we're just gonna stick with pulses. We are in the home stretch. Woo! Literally. You're gonna feel this oblique. So you're getting your balance here with the obliques. When we were in that side plank, you were feeling it in the bottom oblique. So when you were on your left side, you're feeling it in that left oblique. Now, you're feeling it in the right. Now again, if you want to, you're gonna reach down, hold that weight. It's hard. You wanna keep that knee and ankle parallel because you're fighting falling over that way. You're gonna get that little inner and outer thigh here. Breathe through it. So good. Breathe. Chest is open for 8, 7, 6. Let's finish together. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Bring it down with control. Good job. Whew. Take that stretch. Breathe into your stretch. Walk it back up. Good work. All right. 1 more or 2 more things to do for the abs. So the first one is going to get the heart rate up a little bit. The second one is just more of a slower sit up, and then we're going to stretch it out. So the first one, and notice I'm mixing up how we're attacking the abs, just like when we work any other body part. We work the legs with squats, maybe side leg lifts, glute lifts, bridges. Same thing with the abs. We don't only want to do crunches. You want to do some on your back, some on your side, some on your belly. Just like we did those Supermans. That works the whole band around. So you're working uppers and lowers to stay lifted. So that's what you want to do, a multi-pronged approach. So this one, you're going to lean back, but you're not going to put a lot of weight on your hands. They're just there to kind of like a tripod, like stabilize. Your chest is lifted. I'm going to do the easier, more user-friendly version first. So you're going to lean back, alternating those feet out. So you're still going to feel it, believe me, especially if you keep the leg low. So you're leaning back, just like we did with those Russian twists. Exhale. Now, if you want to make it harder, you're going to go out and in. So you're leaning back, tucking it in. You could also go side to side with these. We did a lot of oblique work, so if you're kind of ready to just focus on upper and lowers, go here. Again, your hands, you don't really need them. So you can take them out if you want. Squeeze, we're almost there. I told you this was gonna get the heart rate up. So notice I'm going down to my back a little bit. So you can do that if you're not using your hands. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Works the hip flexors a little bit too. All right, stretch that back a little bit. This is a great stretch to do for the back. Just kind of tuck that chin under, shoulders down, and round out the low back. One more exercise. This one's a challenge. I'll show you a couple of options. You're gonna take the soles of your feet together. So you're in that butterfly position. You can be right here with pulses or crunches here. So why don't we start out there? So you're open here. This takes the hip flexors out of the exercise. And so you're really just focusing on the upper and lowers here. Slow it down. And now you're going to take your hands in front of you and hold. You're going to push your heels into each other. Come on up. Tap in front of your toes. Roll it down. Now, if you need a little momentum, take your hands behind you. This kind of helps give you a little momentum boost to come up. But if you don't need that, just roll to the tips of your shoulder blades. Notice my head's not going to go down. Even if you take those hands behind you, your head stays up. You want to stay with that roll up. Once you get it, you can really pick up the pace here. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. Whew. Take those legs out in the V. You did it, you're done. So that was more of legs and core focus. We did do some compound exercises that elevated the heart rate. So you got that heart rate going there too. We're just gonna cool down with a few stretches here. You're gonna take your left hand down, your right arm up and over to the side, maybe to the toe, and look up and under this arm. Bring it up, other side. Look up and under this arm. So you're really stretching out the waist here. Breathe into it. Come on up. Good job. So if you need to here, you can bend the knees, or if this is a difficult position to sit in, elevate your hips, by sitting on a block, a book, a pillow, something that's gonna raise you up. You can even roll up your mat if it's hard to sit in this position, especially if your hips are tight. You're just gonna walk it out and walk it back. So just as you walk out, try to bring that chest down. Just get used to it. And we're gonna hold the next one out. Now you don't have to drop the head here. You might wanna take your legs a little wider. And as you breathe, go a little deeper. Bring it over to one leg. And the other leg. Bring it back to the center. Let your head go to this one. Bring your chest down a little more. Bring it up. Good job. All right, you were done. A couple of deep breaths. Exhale. One more deep breath. Bring your hands to your heart. If you need to do a few more stretches, go ahead. We did some stretches in between, but if you want to stretch out those legs a little more, a great one would be a hamstring stretch. So let's do that one together. Let's take those legs right out in front and just bring it down, stretching out the hamstrings. You can also kind of pedal the knees here. And bring it up. I think that was a worthwhile one to stop and do. So have a great day, everybody. This is hopefully going to be one of those go-to workouts when you just want some good legs and abs. And I'll see you next time.